Hello.
Hi,
Hi,
Joe.
Jody.
Hi, Jode.
Oh,
Love you.
Love you.
Love you so
you.
much. Love you all so much.
Mm,
Mwah.
you are.
Oh,
Love you
love
so
you.
much. Gorgeous, gorgeous Jody. Love you.
Oh, love you all so much.
Yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful experience today's session. Twin Flames, wholeness and wellness of your sacred bodies. So that's very, very, just even that's really profound as usual with my topics. But yeah, I'm looking forward to really talking about all of this and understanding it all. But I just want to really start with understanding how really sacred your bodies are as twin flames, like in like your original alignment with each other and manifestation. Your frequency is very high. It's very high. So that's not even enough to say. Like your bodies have that, but they still retain that memory, right? But you have a very high frequency and a unique soul. Your soul, both of you, same soul in a male and a female body, and totally unique and perfect and beautiful. And, to experience this amazing journey and just to really understand how really sacred you are as twin flames. It's just, it really is beyond words and beyond measure. It's just the real purity of love and who you really are. And of course, I've shared many times the journey of experiencing the separation and just to know what it feels like and to experience the ego. And that's what we've all been doing. And but now is the time where that's starting to complete in the whole one soul. And so that means the twin flames. And so just really understanding, like today, I particularly want to focus on your body, even though your body is your soul, right? It's no different. But to just understand more about the physical body experience that we call physical, even though it's just pure light, it's just absolutely perfect, pure light, the light of love and its perfection. And that beautiful high frequency, that's still in you there. That's never going to go away. That's in every part of you. You can't exist without that, right? So, it is you. It's no different. The only difference is our perspective and how much we've loved experiencing the separation, even though it doesn't feel like that, right?
Yeah.
Nodding. Everyone understands that.
Yeah.
But it's good to understand that it's okay. There's nothing wrong with our separation. But the yearning and the longing that returns for you to realize you want to be back together. Sometimes that can really just be ego, though, because the ego will try everything that it knows of the truth, right? It'll still try everything and it'll try and trick you into that desperation is real, the
Yeah.
desperation to be with your twin flame. And all of these things, these kind of feelings, of course, are an illusion. It's the greatest thing that you can really do is to remember that you chose this separation and that it's actually a beautiful part of your journey and that you're not separate anyway. You never can be. It's really just an illusion. But we feel all this separation in our body. We feel our body that we have in this reality, the physical aspect of it. Uh, we experience all that ego. Not one bit of it isn't felt by your body, right? Not one bit of it. The ego is just manifested in your physical body, but so is your beautiful sacred high frequency being. That the ego can never ever affect that. But the journey to understand how the ego has affected our body, and that's where we want to talk about the topic of wholeness and wellness of your sacred body, because we want to really return to that. Hey, that's our ascension, you know. That's our ascension, is to really return to the sacredness of our body. And along the way, you know, our bodies haven't always been this kind of body, this kind of physical body. We've experienced all different ones, you know. So, so it's good to understand that the journey of trying out all different experiences. You know, originally we were just beautiful golden light beings, just ethereal golden light beings that formed into the male and the female form. Perfection, absolute perfection. Like the being of love, the beautiful, beautiful being of love, the golden being of love, the infinite being of love is where we all manifested from, you know. And so it's really beautiful to know that you can't not be that, basically. All we can do is pretend and believe illusions about that. But this is amazing talking about this. It's really, I really feel my own physical body, really feeling it, all the frequency of it, and it's beautiful. And just really understanding the purity and the core of you. Every part, every aspect of you is really that love. Can't be anything else, right? It makes sense, doesn't it? It's very
Yeah, it
simple.
does.
Yeah.
Just have a little drink. So, understanding the wholeness and wellness is really understanding the ego aspect of how we've created our bodies, our sacred bodies, to experience all the pain, all the physical symptoms, all the unwellness, you know, the sickness, the pains that we feel in our body, right? We all feel that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that doesn't happen by any other reason than your soul's choice, right? You can pretend to yourself that you're a victim to it. And of course, we want to come from that really high perspective when we're talking about this, right? We want to realize, we want to always have compassion. But every single aspect of your physical body that is painful and out of balance is because of your twin flame separation, right? Just contemplate that for a minute and feel your body for a moment. Just feel your body. Just feel where you are feeling something that's out of balance, anything that you know that is a regular painful thing for you, or something that you're trying to heal. Just feel that. Just go to that place in your body and just feel it. And just let yourself listen to it. It has a sound, it has a voice, and it's your voice, and it's your sound. And that's what I want to say to you. Just let yourself just listen gently and lovingly. Yes, your body's starting to move a little bit. Let it move. You know, what you're feeling, that desire to move your body. Let it happen. And just take a deep breath. Just very gently sigh that out. Slowly and gently. Great. I'll just keep talking to you about that. I could see that you're all having an experience, yes?
Yeah.
You're all connected to
Yes.
something.
Yes.
And something painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are I'd like to ask each one of you to just use 3 words to describe the feeling. The feeling, painful, whatever you feel, to describe it. I'll start with you, Margie. What's the 3 words you would use to describe what you were connecting with? We can't hear you.
First 2 words I felt were deep, loving, me.
That's beautiful. But I want you to connect with the painful feeling and describe the feeling that you feel is suppressed and painful in you. The ego feeling. Describe what that feels like as a feeling.
Hot, stiff and rigid.
That's great. That's hot, stiff and rigid. Good. And just allow yourself to contemplate those words. And Nisha?
I am alone. That's
beautiful to connect with, but it's not it's a physical description. We want a physical, 3 words physical description.
pain, rigid, stiffness.
Oh, stiffness?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Clary?
Stiffness, tension, stretched.
Could you describe the stretch word with another word?
Like pulled, like like that tortured sort of pulled feeling.
Tortured. I understand. That's really great description. I'm feeling the joy of your recognition. It's beautiful. And yeah, but it's still like an emotional word. We want a physical word.
Yeah. I'm just feeling like pulled in different directions, like stretched, but that's more than like just the one word.
That's okay. That's good. You're just trying to connect with the feeling, and that's a good thing. And that's why I want you to. That's why I'm asking all too, because this is going to really help you all to be more in touch with your body on that level for your wholeness and wellness, and we have to start with that physical sensation, right?
I have another word as well.
Yes.
Frozen, like stiff, frozen.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yep. That's really good. Yep. Okay, Sean.
Rigidity, stuck, like it's like frozen.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I feel like a victim to it, but
that's still describing. We want a physical description. It's okay though. It's okay.
Yeah.
A physical description.
And it just feels immobilized.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. What does the physical immobilized? What is? Try and find another word that describes immobilized. That's a feeling.
Just it feels really rigid, stuck, like it can't move.
Give me a sensation description.
Dull.
Dull. Oh wow, that's good. That's really good. Okay, great. Emmy?
Yeah, tension, heavy, and also frozen, like stuck.
That's great. That's good. Stella?
Excruciating, frustrating, and tense.
Okay, stop with frustration, because that's an emotion. let's go to, this is really good for you guys to understand. This is awesome. I'm glad you're saying this. What's the physical sensation of the frustration in your body?
Heaviness.
Good. Perfect. Yep. Okay, well done, guys. That's really great. And you can see how much just even connected with that physical sensation is kind of a bit vague to you,
Yeah.
right? Some of you were finding it more easily connected with it, but it's very important for the wellness and the wholeness is to be able to name that physical sensation. Because that physical sensation represents that emotion, and that's where you feel it in your body. So that physical sensation that you all described was perfect, brilliant, right? A really great understanding. A lot of frozen words, right? Numbness, right? Similar words that you had, right? So that's fear. Right? That's a lot to do with fear, and all of them have an emotion. All of those physical sensations have an emotion, and related to ego. We could go with looking at some beautiful sensations as well, but we want to look at that first. All right. So just really understanding that this feeling, this sensation that you feel in your body represents separation from your twin flame. It represents believing in the separation. It represents all of the ego, all of it, all of it. And it represents toxin. And we want to understand what toxin means today. So with the toxin, the ego is toxin. Ego creates toxin, and toxin creates ego. Right? So we go in that cycle. We're like having the ego is creating a toxic frequency, and then we have that toxic frequency go on in our body, and that creates ego. A good example for you to just understand is basically how you feel when you eat something, food that's toxic, right? Some like highly processed food, or something that is not pure and whole and healthy, and that toxin starts to change your perception, actually affects the brain, right? It affects your physical body, and so therefore it's feeding more ego. And then there's the craving, right? Toxin is addictive. What is addictive about you being separate from twin flame is how your ego creates toxin, and the toxin is addictive, right?
Wow.
So every one of those feelings that are not wellness are toxin, right? Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it
does.
does.
Yeah.
If you look at the word toxin, we see TO, two. Two, cross, separate, in. Twin flames, separate, in. That's what creates toxin. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Contemplate it. How does that feel? Anyone like to share how that feels just contemplating that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
It feels relieving, painful, freeing, enlightening, all at the same time.
Wow. Yeah. Absolutely. Anyone else?
I feel exactly the same words as Bishop said.
Oh, wow.
For me, exactly the same.
Wow. Yep. Anyone else?
Yeah, it just straight away made so much sense, Jode. Like what the addiction, just the addiction, and to keep it there and just to keep having those toxins. Yeah,
Awesome.
every session just helps with this. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's so great. Yeah.
thank you. Yep. Anyone else?
Yeah, I felt as soon as you said that, Jody, I felt a lot of wholeness in that, in contemplating that. Like it just felt like
Awesome. Yep.
as soon as you said it, it was like I could see this whole picture, and
Yeah.
it felt really whole and actually quite joyous to see it like that. I felt really a bit of joy, yeah, to see it like that.
Yep, exactly. Already you're starting the healing. And what's healing? Wholeness. Just being aware of that. You're already creating that wholeness within you. You're already aligning more with your twin flame on that physical level. So anyone else? Thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, I felt like shock, it felt a bit like a shock into like awareness
like
of
a jolt feeling, maybe.
a jolt feeling into awareness of brilliance, like that it's designed like so perfectly, like the word demonstrates
Exactly.
who we are.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, like what, that awakening feeling of like, oh my God, yes, of course. Wow, that's so amazing.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Thank you. Amy?
Yeah. Yeah, I felt the same like everyone else, like also that recognition in myself, like, yes, that's what we are. And yeah, I could feel more connected in a way to my twin flame, knowing this, that this was our divine choice.
Awesome. Yep.
That's beautiful.
Wow. Well done, you amazing, beautiful souls. I love you so much. And I want to share with you that the original meaning of toxin was to put poison on the end of an arrow and kill something. Translate that. It's become commonly used as just the toxin as we know it as, right? But that was the purpose of it, to kill something. Think about that. So your separation in the ego perspective is designed to kill you. As bluntly and as beautifully and boldly as that sounds. That's the truth. So you're starting to grasp the separation, the breakdown of your physical body, toxic ego, addiction to it, not creating well-being, but creating disharmony, creating very toxic thoughts, right? Thoughts that are designed to destroy your body, right? And of course, all of you are doing really amazing because you've been allowing yourself to understand my guidance and applying that and actually really ascending and changing. And many of you have shared with me your physical improvements since then, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's because of you recognizing toxin, recognizing how you're destroying yourself with your ego and how it's keeping you and your twin flame separate. Now, when you actually reunite with your twin flame, when you're really ready for that, and you really do have to be ready for it, this is a big part of being ready for it, is really looking at how much ego and toxin you're giving yourself with that ego and how addicted you are to it. So when you do reunite, that toxin is still there, right?
Yeah.
That toxin in the reunion starts a whole process of detoxing. And that's huge. So you want to be ready for that. You want to have foundation of understanding your ego, really understand those programs, survival, believing in death and aging, lust and hate, lust, believing pleasure is what the real thing about sex is, instead of the sacredness, and hate. They just go together. Basically, being like that way in lust is hate. It's basically abuse. All ego is abuse, all of it. You're abusing yourself and each other. And that sounds really harsh, right? But we're looking at it from a very high perspective, right? And then, win and lose, victory and victim, Then we have, the survival, the lust, and the victory, all those things, all the things that I said. But there's so many facets to that. It's really, of course, in the brilliance of our intelligence, creating the ego, it's still amazing, it's clever. It's very clever. It's highly intelligent. But, we need to understand that reuniting is going to trigger these things. Even thinking about reuniting is going to trigger these things. Right? Just contemplating the beautiful unity of you and your twin flame will trigger these things. And not just your twin flame. Looking at the wholeness of the one soul. Understanding the truth of the oneness of our one soul and not the separation. Because the one soul is made from that original source of love. It's created twin flames. And paradise at first. Beautiful paradise, which we will return to. But then we wanted to know. We wanted to know what it would feel like, right? There was a plan. There's always been a plan to return. And the only way really that you know when you're ready to return is when the pain is too much. Right? But what have we done when the pain's too much? Suppressed. Deny. Start going into survival mode. Separation mode, Win mode. Lust mode. All pacification. All toxic. All toxic. Well, remember what toxin means: to kill yourself. To die slowly, perhaps, or quickly. Now, I don't want this to sound like, I know it can feel painful just to hear that, but it's okay. You're okay, because you're choosing your ascension and you're understanding what this really means. We're talking about it from that high perspective. But I'm being very blunt about it because it is the truth. It is the truth. And it can be slow or it can be quick, the way we destroy ourselves and everything in between. We've tried it all. The one soul has tried it all and is still trying it all. And so when you do reunite, there's going to be a lot of that going on. And it might feel really strange too, because, you know, the expectation, the illusion, the expectation of the perfect harmony when you reunite. I say illusion because it won't be like that. It will be very beautiful, but there'll be so many layers that feel so confronting. But that's why you want to really understand your ego and really understand this journey so that you can be prepared for that. And if you're not with your twin flame yet and you want to be with your twin flame, then start looking at how much toxin are you feeding yourself. Meaning ego. How much ego are you believing? What is your body showing you? Listen to your body. Listen to your body. It's incredible, hey? It's just so incredible that our body can show us what we're choosing, what we're thinking. But those programs, they've been reinforced all the time in everywhere in our environment, within ourselves, because the pathways are so strong. You know, we've been separate for a lot of nows. Yeah, we've had lifetimes. We're having lifetimes because they're all happening now, where there's, you know, super separation, super hate, super lust, super win, super lose, super victim, and everything in between, mildly, and super, and everything in between. And so, as I've shared before, like with the past lives, they're like happening in the now. So if you can imagine a whole lot of lives just lining up, you know, like all happening now. Once you connect with them, past lives are great to connect with, but don't get obsessed with it. Just relax into it. And you'll get a feeling of memory anyway. But if you don't, it's okay. But a lot of feelings that you can have in your body can be past life feelings happening now. Right? But it's the same way to integrate it, is to really just do what I've guided you to do, is recognize your ego, WDT, witness it. Know you're loving the feeling, discipline to see it's your ego, and trust the love that you are. Trust the higher plan, right? The higher plan of ascension. There's many higher plans. All the fallen lives are higher plans too. You know, it's all the higher plan. But we choose which higher plan we want to experience. Well, your higher being chooses it, not the identity that you think that you are now. That is you. That's beautiful too. But of course, you guys are unveiling that, so you're connecting with your real true identity, which is love. So we can feel so many different feelings and emotions. You know, feelings are often called emotions. And I like you to understand feelings as a sensation in your body. But it's okay to say they're emotions too, right? But take that feeling of that emotion to recognize your body. That's how you're going to help yourself to create the wholeness, right? The healing, because you're seeing the whole picture and the well-being of your sacred body. Oh, start really, really knowing how sacred your body is not here to have a horrible journey and die. You're not here just for that, even though we've done all that. And if we've done that, that's because we wanted to. We wanted to know what that felt like, you know. But just remember, death is just a shift into light instrument anyway. just a shift into another dimension. It's not the end. It's never, ever the end. It's just going to that realm to relax and understand, gain wisdom, gain more wisdom, knowing what that felt like. It's beautiful. There's parts of you there now. So multidimensional. We are so multidimensional. And just to like really connect with that, really connect with how multidimensional we are. It's beautiful. So this wholeness and wellness of your sacred body is important to understand from this perspective. You cannot undo it in any other way. You can temporarily undo it. It'll just come back. But when you're in your reunion with a twin flame, that's going to be really challenging. But that's why you want to be ready, because you want to be able to have compassion and tolerance. You want to be nurturing and willing to actually face things. You have to be so patient. You have to be so kind. You have to be so caring about each other. You have to shift into that beautiful space of care and love and intuition, real intuition, because remember I was talking about the paranoia, the false intuition. That's all ego, and that can really separate you. It has separated you. Suspiciousness. But remember, caution. Of course, caution. That's part of wisdom. Caution to remind yourself, you already know what this feels like, right? And so being together can actually really activate more physical symptoms. But just remember, if it does, it's because it's releasing, right? And that can be really intense. I have experienced very intense physical experiences, and I just felt like, what? Like near-death experiences. And it's taken a lot in those times to really say, well, what is this? But it was just there. It was just there to really integrate and understand. And I'm grateful for it. So grateful for it. It was such an experience of being that close to death, ending up in hospital and just getting through it and just surviving it, And I can laugh with joy now. I wish I even laughed with joy even then, because I wanted to understand what I was experiencing and looking at it from a higher perspective. And not that everyone has to go through that, okay? You don't have to manifest that or create that, just to let you know that's no rule. That was just my experience. And we've all had experiences of death in other lifetimes. We've all had that. We've all experienced extreme ego. We've experienced really high consciousness too in other lifetimes. So we have all that memory in ourself. All the memory of your soul is your body. Is your body. So if something really big starts happening in your body, or something even mild, then connect with it and love it. Like I said, that what I guided you to do earlier, name that sensation. Name that physical sensation, and then relate it to an emotion. Some of you were relating the emotion first, right? And that's understandable, and that's okay. But I wanted to help guide you to understand how to actually connect with you physically, whereas naming on a physical level is such an important aspect. of your wholeness and wellness, of your sacred bodies, your twin flame sacred bodies. So you're a beautiful being. You're an absolutely beautiful, beautiful being of love. All of your lives, no matter how far you went in your ego, you did nothing wrong from that higher perspective. Absolutely nothing. And sometimes, you know, you might remember really lifetimes you don't even want to remember. You're like, I don't want to remember that. I don't want to know about that. Be careful not to get hooked on past life obsession. But past life embracing when you have a feeling and allowing a memory to come gently. If you don't get the memory, it doesn't matter. But if you do, trust it. And when you do, when you feel that physical sensation, you allow that emotion and you start connecting with that. Is this life? Can I relate to it in this life or can't I? It doesn't make any logic sense, right? Then it's another life happening now. Make sense?
Yeah.
It's another life happening now. So that's when it's beautiful just to connect with the feeling of that still, even though you might not remember what that life is. You might not know what that life is. You know, remember is a word to use, but it's really happening now anyway, until you recognize that physical sensation is related to something not from this life, this one that you're aware of now, but it's relating to another one, and just allow the emotion and just know that's what's happening in that life and embrace it, love it, and remind yourself the being of love that you are, and then it can complete just like in this life. You might have to do that a few times. And then that life completes. That ego life completes. It's not happening anymore. You have the memory. You'll never lose the memory, right? We don't want to. And if you don't remember, it's okay too. But our soul always remembers everything. It knows everything. And so, but it's really good to understand these things because many of those lives were with your twin flame in a fallen way. But many of those memories are in the beautiful way. And you can remember that too. How's that beautiful feeling when you feel like, ooh, what is this feeling? I feel so yummy and, you know, I'm feeling really blissful. And then there's a feeling of longing to want your twin flame. Like you just want them in that moment, right? You just want to hold them and cuddle them and kiss them and feel them, you know. You want to talk to them and connect and share your journey together, you know. You want all that. But they're not there. And when they are there, you'll be able to do that. But if they're not there, then just do that anyway. Just talk to each other. Talk to each other anyway, because you're listening. Your twin flame might even be talking to you right now. Probably is. Somewhere. I was thinking on the lines of loving you, but we really have had some very fallen experiences with our twin flame. And that's okay. Because once you start connecting with them, you start understanding them, and you talk to yourself and understand the ego aspect of it, then you start embracing it and choosing every higher aspect of love, you know, kindness, caring, compassion, understanding the choice, you know, the beautiful wisdom of knowing what it feels like. And you know what? When you do that, for real, when you do that, you'll start realizing you did love it.
Yeah.
Ego's going to say, no, 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 no. No, I didn't love that. No, didn't love that. Don't want that. Okay, that's your ego. But if you feel that, that's okay too, all right? Nothing wrong with that either. In fact, it's a good thing when you're sending to realize you don't want it. but don't hate it. Don't hate it and judge it. You can, but that's just more ego. I'm talking about not doing it and choosing your ascension, which is those beautiful higher aspects. Kindness, gratitude. Oh, just really connecting with your real male and female role I've talked about, you know, in other sessions. It's really connecting with the pureness of who you really are. It's all perfect and works together, but you know, the greatest thing that has become distorted was male domination and submission by women to cope. And that's finished. It's finished now. It's all completing. And it's not to make anyone feel wrong for that, okay? Especially the men might feel wrong for that, you know, or might justify it, you know, want to keep the domination. I've seen that. I've seen that a lot. And it's okay because they're just really, really scared, really frightened that if they lose that domination, what are they? They'll just be abused. They'll just be nothing. They'll just swept under the carpet. They'll just be like nothing. But how potent is that belief to think domination made you important, that you're nothing without it, right? And for women to start really finishing with the meekness and the cowering to all of that, I mean, that's already started happening, right? And same with men. They're already starting to see through this domination. When we start doing that, we can, even though you can't even think that you wouldn't want to be that anymore, but it's still a transformation. You're still going to do it. You're still going to want a man to dominate you, right? And you're going to see it. You're going to see that, the illusion in that, and you're just going to feel it. And what does it feel like in my body? You know, what's the sensation? You know, what's the emotion? Oh, I reckon I know you're going to feel rage. Because that meekness suppressed the brilliance. The domination suppressed the brilliance, right? But it's just so good to know it's okay, and it's just part of the journey, right? As soon as we make it wrong, we're not even going to overcome it, right? As soon as we defend it, we're not going to overcome it. You know, this dominant, submissive thing started at one point in our reality, you know? It isn't who we are. Let me tell you, it basically started from survival. When the ego started kicking in and we started experience, we had to start protecting everything, right? So the male thought he has to dominate other people to protect his world, you know. But then it kept developing into more and more dominance. Became such a strong pathway that it started going towards the women, because if before that there was complete beautiful balance in those roles. Beautiful. We're going back to that. We really are. But the reason I'm talking about it is because relating it to your wholeness and wellness is, it's very, very important to look at this and understand this. It's a heavy, heavy load to do both, to dominate and to be submissive. It's a heavy load. And, you know, women have also become dominant at times too, just to, you know, stop feeling dominated, you know. And men have become submissive. It has gone both ways. You know? just to cope. You know, who's the most dominant man, and what do all the rest of the dominant men have to do? Fight for supremacy and become that, or be submissive to the leader, the dominant man, right? But they're still teaching you to be dominant. It's so contradictory. That's the way the ego is, you know. So, but the foundation of it, to understand the ego of it and all the survival of it, just understand that it was just for survival originally, right? Which created all the lust and hate, right? Women were dominated by dominant man to as part of war, you know, right? Sexually dominated out of revenge, all sorts of stuff like that, right? But it was still really painful for everyone, of course. So it's really important to understand that, because men carry that fear and women carry that fear. And that's in your body, and we have to embrace this and understand this for the wholeness and wellness of your sacred body. Think about that kind of domination on women from men. That wasn't respect at all. That wasn't respecting the sacredness, but it was all about dominating to win. War consciousness, gang consciousness, separation consciousness, right? Different cultures becoming separate when we're all the one being, we're all the one soul. All this separation, protecting that, right? You know, that's in our soul memory, and therefore in our physical body, right? You can probably feel it now. Just me talking about it. No, I can.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
And it's
Yeah.
good to let you feel it. So feel it in a beautiful, loving way. To know. Now we know what it feels like. And it's always beautiful. Take yourself as the part where the life ended in one way or another. In higher dimension, instantly understanding it all, right? And when you think of it like that, when you realize that all of this, what we could call darkness and fallen consciousness, you know, results in death, which is light interim. So instantly you're in a higher dimension, right? And if you haven't watched my session, anyone watching this, watch the light interim session. It explains it all. And so whenever we feel that, you can feel it, right? You can feel it. Just feel that feeling of being in light interim, a higher dimension where you know it was all designed. You know it was what you wanted to experience. You know that your higher being was choosing it. And if you don't remember when you're there, there's beautiful beings there to help you. Could even be an aspect of yourself. That's how dimensional it is. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very good to understand these things in the perspective that we're really looking at today. Is the sacredness of you and your twin flames bodies. And the concepts about bodies, you know, the right body, the right look body, the right size body, the right this, the right that, everything, right? The whole list goes on and on and on. Every little detail has been dissected to become a concept of yours or someone else's, or mass consciousness of concepts, right? And that's a big part of your ascension understanding, to see through that. Because basically, it's abuse. When you expect someone to be a concept, or you're projecting on someone, your twin flame, that's the most painful thing, to project on your twin flame that they're not your concept. They don't look right. abuse. So you want to understand that molding of the, of what we all chose to experience. What is the right look? What is the right height? What is the right breast size? What is the right penis size? Etc., etc., etc. Right? How much muscles do you have? How thin are you? How big are your eyes? How white are your teeth? How crooked are your teeth? Some people like that. It's all concepts, or a designed idea that our ego's designed to make us say that's our twin flame. And that's where so many illusions happen, where people want to say that when they get their concept right. And that's really painful. I've been there. I'm sure some of you have, maybe all of you have. It's just, actually, yeah, I know all of you because if it's not in this life, it's some life. And so it's really good to understand the abusiveness of concepts. And that might sound harsh, but it's the real truth, is to realize it's a very stuck in the ego thing. To be that fixed that your twin flame has to fit a right look. No. It's like the thing that fits is the right soul. Right? And if that soul comes in the form of a body that doesn't fit all the concepts you developed, and there's generational concepts, there's just like what was fed by your group of friends, by the work that you did, everything, right? Other timelines, it's all there. And so, being with your twin flame has got nothing to do with that at all. But it can come up. That's what I'm talking about, because it's related to the physical body. It's not seeing the sacred soul, right? So kind of funny in a way when you just realize how much of a lie it really is. Because when you see your twin flame beyond that, he or she is the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, because you're seeing through the eyes of your love from your real soul. There's all different concepts, age concepts, size concepts, job concepts. The list just goes on and on. I'm sure that you can write a list, and maybe it's a good idea. Write your own list. What are your concepts? And just go, this isn't real. Thank yourself, thank your ego for having that journey, and then just send it a kiss and say goodbye. So that part of it is finished, because I don't want to do that to my sacred body or my twin flame's sacred body. I don't want to abuse myself, and I don't want to abuse my twin flame. Because of those concepts, it's not even what your twin flame is expecting from you, it's what you're expecting from you, right? You're expecting yourself to fit a certain thing. Yeah. We've all been there. And some egos want to pretend they're not like that. Some egos just want to say, but it's just my preference. Right? If it's your preference, then you're still in your ego. I love you, but that's what it is. And you can't be with your twin flame if you had that sort of fixed stuff. You have to look at that and embrace it and understand. How do I know? Because I've been there. And I experienced the illusion of it, the painful illusion of it. And I'm glad that I did. I'm glad I've got that wisdom. I can share that with you. Now you can go out and find out, and maybe you already have. You can feel a feeling of defensiveness about me saying this, right? Because the ego will do that, right? And you can just go ahead and do it and have it. That's all right. Love, it's just love anyway. It's just a journey. But it will be painful. It will be very painful. So when you're really clinging to those things, it might seem good at first, but it won't be in the long run. It'll just be really painful. But you know what? Your twin flame, when you see them, you'll go, that was my concept without me even knowing, right? Not in believing the rights and wrongs, but just in the feeling of each other and the beauty that comes out of each other. When you see the real soul and the real you, there's nothing but beauty. And that's when you become even more beautiful, because you start blossoming, shifting all those layers off yourself, you know. Like, we all judge our bodies according to an ego concept, right? Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Everyone's yipping.
Yeah.
Of course, because you're amazing ascending souls and you understand what I'm saying, and you know I've talked about this for a long time. So even those concepts can cause you a lot of pain in your body, okay, because it is rigidity. Any of you that had rigidity, have a look. It could be to do with that too. Not only that, because it definitely relates to fear. And what is the real reason we need someone to fit a concept? Like, what really is that? What ego are you really trying to pacify? You know, is it safety? Is it lust? You know, is it winning? Do you win when you've got the right looking person? Will everyone approve of you? You know, the right person according to your family's ancient beliefs, like religious beliefs, all sorts of things. Like, the concepts are not just what you look like. They are just all of it, all of the ideas that have been cultivated to decide that's the right person for you. And, you know, arranged marriages and tick, tick, tick and all that sort of stuff. And I'm not judging any of this. I'm just, because I know it's perfect still. I know it's part of the plan, but it's not your ascension and it's not your twin flame. And a lot of those sort of things have just really truly happened out of survival anyway, right? And keep the generation, keep the line of that DNA, that family, you know, keep it going, etc. And combining the right families together to get the best quality of concept. It's very simple to understand it, right? Very simple to see it from the ascension perspective. How are you all feeling about everything so far? Anyone like to share about any part of it?
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
would,
would.
Joan. I'll go for
Oh, I like that. Everyone wants to.
Me
All
too.
right. Okay, Sean. You go, Sean.
Jody, I've loved everything that you've shared tonight.
Thank you.
I could sit here and listen to you forever. I feel like
Oh,
I'm just soaking up everything you're saying and having
beautiful.
so many realizations about myself and
Mm,
past lives and you know, all the emotion I feel from that. And I love the purity I feel from what you're saying. You know, I feel like my soul is just soaking it up, and you're just giving me everything I want to for my ascension, you know, to be with my twin flame, to be with beautiful Clary, and just to unite
mm,
in the bliss that we feel, this love that we feel for each other, you know. And I've been feeling that, and it's just been so amazing.
mhm.
And
Thank you for
and
sharing. Keep going.
I just feel really inspired just to undo more layers and just
Mm,
get more intimate and closer to that beautiful love that we share with each other. You know, I just feel so inspired to have that more and more and more and more, like forever is what I feel.
Of
Yeah.
course, because it is forever.
Yeah.
And so, how has your physical body been? What has it been experiencing with healing?
Um, it's actually so my right hip has been probably the most amount, like the most focus constantly. It's always
Yeah.
been quite sore, but it's better than what it's ever been. And I shared with Claire the other day that I was walking and I was like walking and I was like, oh my God, like I'm not even limping. Like it's actually, this is, and I didn't say anything to any, I had my son with me, but I was just walking thinking, oh my God. And I was just, I was in awe that I was feeling what I was feeling. Yeah. And I
Cool.
just feel like it's constantly, consistently improving all the time.
That's awesome. And that's really great. And it's good to understand, the hip area around the second chakra, just really understanding on that high level of what that ego was, lust and hate. But it also is entwined with survival, survive and die, and that sort of stuff as well. So I'm sure that you've already contemplated that too, but just look at it, go more deeply. And if in your life, and you've had, for anyone, if you've had, a lot of those experiences and you feel wrong about it, right? Allow yourself just to embrace it and know it's okay, because it was just for wisdom, right? We want to make everything okay, even though you wished you hadn't done it, right? You might have regrets and you wish that you'd just been with your twin flame, but really trust that. Really trust that it's okay and it is your wisdom, and you know that you don't want to do it anymore. But if you have the gratitude for it, the healing will speed up, right? If you have you just want to torture yourself for it, you feel wrong for it, or you have the resentment, the regret, the self-hate, all of that, you're still feeding the same thing. That what made you do it in the first place, right? That made you have that fallen experience in the first place. So that's why it's really, really important that you have gratitude for it, because that changes your whole frequency. It starts aligning you with your twin flame frequency. So if you keep sitting there blaming and hating yourself, you're separating from your twin flame. And it can be like really deeply unconscious, really deeply unconscious, and not even realizing how much you're doing it, But you can, Sean, because you are choosing Ascension and you are understanding the guidance that I'm giving you, and you're applying it. And that's why you and Clary are together, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Absolutely beautiful. Like what you
Like,
shared.
tell me about how applying this guidance has brought you together.
I feel like through your guidance, I've realized how much I was hiding from myself. And so getting in touch with the core of the separation that I felt inside myself,
Wow.
has really allowed me to feel the depth of love within myself and connect and that desire to have my twin flame is what I've felt like. Your guidance has given me that bridge to, it's like giving me that bridge, like it's given me the understanding of my ego and the bridge to more love in my life. And that's where I found Clary, is crossing that bridge, through understanding my ego and not beating myself up and hating myself. Like, you've given me that knowledge, that golden sparkling light of love that you give, that I feel in every session that you give us. And every time I talk to you, every message that you send, we all feel that. Your guidance gives that to us.
Yeah, and the reason it gives it to you, because you apply it, because you understand it, like you connect with it. It feels right to you, right?
Yeah.
Look, it's really simple. There really can't be anything wrong about it. You know what I mean? Because it's the simplicity of love and the simplicity of what isn't love and how that works. So it's just basic. There's no technique. There's no spiritual concept, because there's a lot of those around, right? This is just really, really simple. And I give you lots of examples and understanding of those things and what they mean. And that it's as simple as it is. And so when we come back to that simplicity of understanding ourselves just as these beautiful beings of infinite love, beautiful golden loving beings, and then just experiencing the beautiful paradise we had, and then actually wanting to know what it feels like to have ego, and then understanding what ego is. And it's that simple. All you did was understand what ego is, how you experience ego, how you can change your perspective from that. This is simple. This is logic, you know, and the explanations that I give you in all these different ways of detail help you to see what that all means, right? And so when you start seeing it and you apply it, you feel that being, return to that being of love. You don't have to do a technique. You don't have to do a ritual. You don't have to fit some old ancient spiritual concept, right? And I'm not judging that. I still think that's a beautiful part of our journey. But the truth is very, very simple. The truth is very, very simple, even though it is so absolutely profound. It's like, it's simple, but so profound. Like how beautiful it is that we even have a body, right? How incredible it is that we have a twin flame. Like but that simple understanding and truth, how beautiful is it? A female and a male. How incredible is that? And how they function together perfectly, and yet we can experience them functioning completely in disharmony just by experiencing ego. That's so simple, right? Simple, but because we've been so forgetting the realness of that love is why it feels complicated and why it can feel challenging. But the only thing that's being challenged is your ego. So just remember that. Just remember that. Your beautiful being of love is not chat. How would your beautiful being of love be challenged by that? That's a simple, again, that's so simple, that a beautiful being of love that you are, which just understands everything from a higher perspective, knows that it's love, knows all these beautiful feelings of love, knows your twin flame in complete bliss, right? It's just simple, right? It's just really, really simple. And that's what I love. I love the simplicity. I've looked at many, many religions. I've looked at many spiritual processes and spiritual rituals and spiritual rules and spiritual this and spiritual that and everything spiritual in between. And and I just kept feeling the same thing. The simplicity of love. And, you know, worshipping something else to me doesn't feel right, because it's saying something's more important than me, and it isn't, nor you. You know, we're just beautiful beings of love, and we all have roles. You and your twin flame have a role together as well, but they're all about the unity and the harmony of love. But then we got those roles and turn them around into something really forgotten in the ego, just to try that out. You know, we've tried it out now. We know how it feels. And that's why you're here listening, because you felt in your soul you wanted to know the truth. You wanted to know the real feeling of truth and love. And, you know, a lot of people go looking for that everywhere in religion, because there's a lot of dangling of the carrot, I would say, in those religions. There's a lot of promises, but then there's all those rules. There's no rules about this. It's just fact. It's just fact. It's just truth. It's truth of love and the truth of ego. Simple. And that's all that you had to do, you know. And that's why, you know, everything you were sharing was basically about that with you and Clary, why you could be together, because that's what you applied. You applied that recognition of the love. You saw the survival consciousness. You saw the lust consciousness. Simple. You saw the win and lose consciousness. You knew what it felt like. You had the perfect concept person, probably many times, you know, and Sean's nodding, and it's just like, yeah, you already know what that feels like. But it turns out Clary is absolute perfection, right? And why? Because you were able to recognize, you are both able to recognize each other, because you're understanding on this level. And understanding on this level, if someone wasn't your twin flame, you just wouldn't feel it. You might project sometimes, right? Especially when you're involved with people that are so loving and awakening, that can happen. But you'll know. You'll feel it in your soul. But in saying that, the ego can get very, very, very scared of your twin flame. And it's up to you to not believe that fear. But in saying that, the ego can also say about someone who isn't your twin flame, oh, you don't want to be with them, but you're just being scared. So you should be with them. There's so many ways that the ego can make it complicated and weave its lies in there. So that's why witnessing is so important. Witnessing and understanding where ego is coming from, and just those basic foundation of that, those three aspects of ego make it so simple. So simple. Because all you have to do is check with yourself. Is this win? It's lose? Is this superiority? That's win and lose. Is this fear? Am I just trying to survive? Does this person fit? Will my family approve of this person? Survive. Will my friends approve of this person? Will my children approve of this person? There's so many things to question and ask. And it's just logic. It's just simple. The foundation is there, right? The foundation is there, and that's where you have the understanding. It's very, very simple. And just to be aware of that, just be really aware of that ego, that sneaky ego that also, it's very intelligent. It was designed by this higher being of love, so it's very intelligent. So it takes all this beautiful understanding and turns it into dogma. And that's what a lot of religions are. They're just dogma. All of them, really. Because this is not a religion. It's got nothing to do with it. Right? And again, you've done nothing wrong if that's been your experience, or if you still feel that is your experience. Nothing wrong with that. It's just part of your beautiful journey. But if you let yourself just contemplate the simplicity of this and start observing your reality through that simplicity, it will change you. It'll awaken you to remember the beautiful, magnificent being of love that you are and that we all are, and there will not be segregated different religions. This cannot create separation, this simplicity of this guidance. It cannot. It does not. It embraces everybody as one. So, that's why for you, Sean, thank you for allowing this and recognizing the simplicity of it and applying it, and look at what you're experiencing. Your body's healing. You experience this beautiful unity with Claire, your twin flame, and it's blossoming. Yes, it's absolutely true that you've had to be confronted by many things, right?
Yeah.
But what were those things? They were just ego things that wanted to keep you both separate. And it's whether you believe them or not. Like, I do want to say, though, not in your case, but there can be a lot of false twin flame experiences. There's a lot more of those than real ones at the moment. That will change. And it's just when it becomes dogmatic, and when you can take any information, even mine, and make it dogmatic and rigid. And think, just that's that session I said, the twin flame one way back when I said, give yourself time before you start naming it as a twin flame, right? And you've both done that for sure. Give yourself time. And you're all giving yourself that time. You're all being very real about this. Because your intelligence, just by recognizing these things that I'm guiding you to, is making you more intelligent. It's making you see and feel and know the simplicity. You're recognizing this in your life. You're recognizing it in other people. You're recognizing the programs. And every single program that's in society and concepts and everything is based on those same three programs. So it's very, very simple. And the beautiful sacredness of love. You know, your beautiful sacred bodies. When you really start feeling that, you will be more ready for your twin flame. And you will reunite when you do that, when you let go of all your concepts, when you understand what they really mean to you. Like, you know, there could be many reasons for what a concept means to you, right? There can be many reasons that you think it will suit you. It will be approved of. You will look right together. It will give you what you want. You know, you'll be able to still be an ego experience that you want to have, which is all programs. You know, I've talked about programs many times, how the one soul has really programmed what should be your right person you marry, right? Yeah. Because that's just a big part of society now. You know, that's still there, but it's changing. It's really changing. People, like even the movies now they're taking away a lot of concepts. They're doing what they call diversity, and they're embracing every culture, and they're not choosing people that fit old concepts. They're choosing more people that don't, in a way, you know. But has that become the next new concept? That's how tricky the ego is. It can do that as well. But it's still a start. You know, it's still something that's beautiful to praise and love and be grateful for, of that shift and that change. And it's really fascinates me when I watch more recent things, and I like to watch movies and things like that because I like to observe what the one soul is doing. You know, that's why I only watch things that'll really give me that observation. I don't like watching things that are really violent or anything like that because that's just unnecessary. I already know what that is. But just watching, you know, even just love stories and just family stories and things like that, just to understand what is the program they're putting into this now. And it's really interesting how much it's transformed, and I love it. So much more love, so much more embracing, so much more understanding, but still some concepts in there, still some rules. And that's okay, you know, it's at least it's weaving, you know, it's starting to shift. And I love that. So thank you, Sean. Is there anything else you'd like to say about that?
I just love everything that you've given to me, Jody. My life has transformed so much. You know, my love for Claire and the bliss that I feel in my life is all because of you, you know, all because of your guidance. And I'm just so grateful for you. It's you've truly given me everything, you know, and you continue to, and you will continue to more, I know. And there's so much more.
I'm glad you know that. That's true.
So much more
Yeah, keep going.
bliss to open to through your guidance. I know there is, and I'm just so looking forward to it. And I'm in awe of you and just love us all so much.
Yes, me too. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
We all love you, and we're very grateful for you. We're all grateful for each other because we're all applying it, and we're seeing the benefits of it. And you know, you could just watch the process from the first session to this process, this session. You know, you can see how much you've all transformed. But thank you so much, Sean. I really appreciate you sharing that, and I really love that trust that you have. But I know that trust that you have is because you know it's real to you. It feels real to you. It's not because you're worshipping me or anything like that, because as I've said many times, that's not real. But just really embracing the real truth of it, the simplicity of it. Oh, it's so easy. Like even if you just, you know, worked on WDD, you know, gaining wisdom, knowing what it feels like, the discipline to see the ego and the trust of love. That's such a good 3 words to summarize it. But you have to know what those words mean, right? You have to have this understanding of what they mean, what that means, and you do. So it's just so easy, really. The only thing that makes it hard is the ego. That's its job. It's the job we gave it. Make everything hard, make everything difficult, make everything an illusion. What would that feel like, right? But just try and remember, no matter what, we have loved it. Right? And you know how I said about all the lives, like, you know, all they're stacked up in a way happening now. The more that we do that, embrace that, the lives that are still very strongly ego, that are affecting you physically as well, can complete, right? And if you get any memories of anything, it's okay. It might not be the exact thing, right? But a memory of something that you're connecting with, it can still show you something, right? And it's okay if it's not the exact thing. It's what's important is that it shows you something. Some part of your soul is remembering something. All right. Yeah. We just don't want to turn that into dogma as well. You know, we don't want to start getting obsessed with past lives either. But you know, when Sean said, and I always will give this understanding, because I fully realized it in the most beautiful way of the realness of it, and I love living in this real truth. I love living in that because it does transform my life, and it does. I release myself from ego, which is very painful. It's very painful. Even the subtle levels are painful, right? You know, and you know, I don't want to live in that frequency. I don't want to live in that kind of delusion of believing that ego is real. Of course, I'm still going through witnessing it, you know, but I know that will complete. And the only way it will complete is for me to keep recognizing it. Like, you know, the session with the subconscious, right? And the subconscious, it's all there, and all this automatic stuff. And it can be so automatic that you don't even witness that it's happening. So that's something that's important for you to build the ability to observe yourself. And that's just really just loving yourself and just really wanting to understand yourself and love yourself and not be cut off, you know, because that's the big part of this session, is the body, the sacred body, the parts where we've had to have the pain, and the pains that we even can get that come and go. There's something to do with ego, and there's something to do with suppression. So when you can talk to your body with love and breathe in it and get that nectar flow, you know, the nectar, tongue to the roof of the mouth, just gently allowing that, swishing your tongue around, just so simple as nectar flow, but not just through the mouth, but through the whole body, you know, connecting with the beautiful liquid crystal, you know, connecting with everything in your body. It's all amazing, you know, your brain, just letting that, just saying that nectar flow, you know, and talking to your body, because you're just talking to yourself, right? And if you're still experiencing something that is physically painful and you've been doing that, just keep going, okay? That just means it's much older than what it appears at first. It's been there kind of longer, which means you have clung in every now moment to that same thing. We call that longer because we still believe in time, but you are understanding time is just now. You know, it's every now, and every now we are feeding ourselves something. You know, and love is always the foundation of everything. So talk to your body, you know, ask the nectar to flow, ask, you know, be conscious of breathing into that part of yourself and breathe into your physical body in that way, and just gently and lovingly, and just ask it to show you what it is, and let what it is. And sometimes you don't want to hear that. I've been there many times. I don't want to hear what it's saying, right? And I have to make myself go, it's okay. It's okay. Look, it's just ego. It's okay if this is what it is. Because some things feel ridiculous. Some things feel embarrassing. Some feels like, why would I even think that? You know, it just seems, you know, it's just hard to believe that I would be feeling that and thinking that. But it's okay. When you make it okay, then you see with more clarity. make it okay. No matter what you've done, you can undo it this way. You can just complete that part of your journey. You don't have to keep reliving all that ego stuff. You don't have to keep going through a whole lot of stuff with your twin flame. You just don't have to. But you do have to look at what is there and embrace it together and understand it together. And when you can really understand the male and female roles too, it really does help. If the woman, the female, can realize that those both brains at once, and so you can trust that knowing and let it come out without feeling threatened. She's been dominated if she does. And if the man can just not be dominating and be more serving and be supportive and loving, you're going to hear that, and then you're going to activate it in yourself. You have it all too, but it's the way that we give to each other, and we'll just keep on more and more come back to just none of that's even necessary, because we'll just be living in paradise of our love. But for now, it's just part of the process and part of your ascension process. But those aspects of the male and female are the original. They are the original roles, right? And you will understand that more and more and more. If you don't right now, it's okay. Just remember, nothing is superior about it. No, nothing is superior about it. It's just beautiful, harmonious, joyful way that it works, right? Understand that, okay? And if you're not fully understanding it yet, it's all right. Okay. Just keep feeling the love that you are. So it's really a big reason why I did this session too, is because I want you to realize and be prepared for the kind of physical experiences you can have when you're together and before. But when you're together, a whole lot of new layers can come up physically. And you might start to realize how much you're actually protecting your physical self from feeling judged or wrong or not a concept. Yeah. There can be the other part where you're the victorious one with the perfect body and they're not. So you might still be, overcoming that and seeing through that whole illusion of the victory. That can happen too. There's just many aspects that can take place, and it's what has been designed right from the beginning for your wisdom, your unique twin flame wisdom, your unique one. So we don't really want to compare. But the foundation is always the same. The foundation of those programs of the ego and the foundation of love. The foundation of the roles of the male and female. It's good to have those. It's good to awaken to those. Because they're not there to torture you. They're not there to make you feel wrong. They're there because it's the truth of you in a beautiful way. Is this all making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Would anyone else like to share anything so far?
Yeah, I would.
Yes, Maggie.
When you said first, when you asked anything that we want to share or about what you've said, I felt like yes, it's just everything that you've shared. Like I can relate to. Like I've often thought of asking you what's stopping me from being with my twin flame, and I feel like I wanted one answer for that.
Yeah.
And just after listening to you tonight, I can feel
you can have one answer though. You can say ego.
Yeah.
Then you need a lot more answers around that. But keep going.
Yeah. The answers around the ego. Yeah. So it's helped me to understand so much more, like especially the toxin and the arrow that you talked about and the death and choosing all of that and
Yeah.
the aging and the pain, and it's not just one thing. I know it's the ego, like you've said, but it's yeah. Thank you for everything that you've shared tonight. It's been really, really good to
Thank you.
understand, and I love how you're saying everything you've pretty much said before, a lot of it, but
Yeah.
all the time you put it into a different perspective and give us different details of it and things like that. And it's just,
Well, we're so multidimensional, there's so many
yeah.
aspects we really can look at ourselves, but the foundation of love and fall is simple. It's always going to be there. But the
Yeah.
multidimensional parts of ourselves, it's fascinating. Right?
Yeah.
Anything else beautiful?
Yeah, I loved how you said about the pain. If we're feeling the pain in our body, it could be also integrating the lives,
Yeah.
other lives and things. That's really good to understand too. Our
Definitely.
multidimensional existence that we're having, and I just feel like my whole brain, my soul feels like it's opening up a lot more to what you're saying.
I can see
And
that. I can see
yeah,
you look really, really beautiful and really bright. You all do. But
yeah,
thank you for saying that.
yeah. Thank you for everything that you give to us. It's just beautiful. Um, you've said also tonight a lot about fitting the concepts,
Yeah.
and oh my gosh, I feel like that is huge. That does feel like a huge one with me.
Yeah.
I remember when I was married for quite a long time, but I'm separated now. But when I first met my husband back then, I never ever discussed it with anybody, but I worried that everybody else would think that, like him, that I chose the right one, that he looked the way he looked. And that's what you've been saying tonight. And it's like, feels like that is a deep belief in me. And I feel like that's not even this life, that belief.
Really need the approval,
Yeah.
Approval of people that you think you need approval from just to survive.
Yeah. Yeah. I want everybody else to think that I made the right choice, and I was always feeling embarrassed that I didn't, and what they would think, what other people would think, that was really deep.
Yeah, that's really good. And you have overcome a lot of that already.
Yeah, it was interesting to see that, and to choose somebody that I felt like would fit the concept of when I had children, of what they would look like. So it's really deep.
Keep the mind going.
Like you said. Yeah. So it feels like so many things. Like instead of saying, "Hey, Jode, which one is it that I need to integrate for my twin flame?"
It's everything. I understand. That's really great, Maureen. You really fathom a lot about that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, that's so beautiful. I'm just loving it. And I heard you say, of course, the beautiful feeling that we were in the beginning, that beautiful,
and the good
just
part about
golden
that,
light.
remember that is within us. And like even the name that you have now, like the name that you were given from your parents, or even if you've changed your name to something else, that name is very symbolic of a lot of things, and you can look at that name. And you and your twin flames names will be really symbolic. You can look at them. What are they saying? I can give you an example of Bart and I. Like my name is Jody, Jod, Jody, God, right? Bart is art, so God.
Wow. Oh, wow.
And I really love that,
That's
and
beautiful.
we've seen that for a long time, and it reminds us a lot of our music and everything. But it's just like what is God? Generator of dimensions, and I wanted to understand all those things, so I really love that. So when you have your twin flame, you can look at those names and you can see what are they representing on a higher level for you. It's really fun too, and it's really joyful to look at it. And just there might be many things in there. It's not just one. But what I really want to say also is that you also have an original name from the beginning.
Wow.
Right? your original name is something to just go, yeah, wow, it's there. You know, don't be obsessed with it. You don't have to be. You don't have to try and work it out. I just want you to know, because the frequency of it is still within you. And even if you don't get that name, because you might even not, because it's very different dimension.
Mm.
You know, it's a very different dimension to what we're in now. And it is a very different sound. So,
Oh,
but we do
wow.
have that, you know, we have that, and it's still resonating within us. But the name that we have now is still symbolic for us to look at. And I've always loved that, looking at names and what they mean. And just have a look at what words you can see in your names. What's the meaning in there together? You know, and if you don't see it straight away, that's okay. But it's something to enjoy contemplating as well. You know, it's part of our uniqueness. The names are really beautiful. You know, like, of course, they don't, they don't, well, I want to say this right. We are that love, really, what we could just call us all is love, you know, the beautiful frequency of love. But the names, the original names are to do with the vibration of our uniqueness.
Wow.
Your original uniqueness. And also the name that you have now is to do with your uniqueness that you're experiencing now, right?
Mm.
And it's perfectly okay to change your name if you want to. You know, it's there's no rules on having to keep it, but at the same time, there's no rules on having to change it. Right? It's just whatever you feel. But it's really good to understand and know how much of a vibration your name is. Yep.
Mm.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. That's so beautiful to know.
Great.
Yeah. I think you said that. Yeah.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
That's so beautiful. Yeah.
Thanks, Margie. That was really great what you were sharing. I love you so much.
Thank you. I love you too.
And so I'd like to hear more sharing, but I also want to talk about a few other things. Forgiveness is one of them. Remember what I say about forgiveness? Thank you for giving me the experience. Thank you for giving me the experience. And that's a really important aspect of you and your twin flame. Okay. You want to, because when you're holding resentment, you're holding that in your body, and it's pretty strong, right? Resentment is very destructive in your body. It's just very destructive. So it's really, really blaming and believing it's someone else's fault. And we can do that very easy with our twin flame. So I wanted to help you connect with that once again, and just be aware of that blaming aspect of your twin flame. Because it's very potent with your twin flame. It's more extreme than anyone else, right? So it can bring up a lot more anger and all sorts of emotions, you know. And that's something to be aware of as well, not to believe and just to understand, because it's really there, you know. And something to really understand also is about this and about all of the ego is don't wait to see it later. Don't wait to see your ego later. Get used to and tell yourself to see it straight away. Right? That's really important, that you start completing the old pathway that's unconscious of it. You know, this is very, very big part of your reunion, because that unconscious part of you that's continuing to play that ego out, and then seeing, oh, I was in my ego, and you see that later. Instead of, when you're doing that, you're still separating yourself from your twin flame. So you want to start really building that awareness of seeing it now. And like, that's why I was talking about subconscious before too. Like, the subconscious can just, like, you know, come out really quickly without seeing it. And that's really important to see and understand in yourself. But there is a pathway in you. I've seen this as part of Ascension, when we're understanding our ego, is to let it come out and then later see it. right? So you've built a pathway. Just, you're feeding it. If you're just letting it come out without you witnessing it, then you're feeding it still. And then later you realize it. Like, that's a pathway that gets built very much in everyone when they're doing this, because it's a bit of a transitionary thing too when you're really integrating all that really old ancient ego. And it's been so automatic for all that time. But it's important to be conscious of that. Be really conscious of that. You might still be feeding that. You might still be doing it and then later saying it. And that's also a game the ego plays. The game is to then hate yourself for having it, right? You're all familiar with that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone's nodding in that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So start being really aware of that as well, because it is feeding ego to keep indulging in that. But it can take a lot of focus to not act on your ego. But that's what I'm guiding you to do. Don't act on it. Start really witnessing when it's there, and not just jump in and start acting on it and believing it. That's part of that intuitive talk last session too, where you're getting stuck in the paranoia, the delusions of the ego, and you're just like jumping into those, like basically believing that they're true. And that's what delusions are. It's just believing that something the ego is saying is true. It's really simple to understand, but you want to just be aware of that. Instead of letting your ego be instant, let your love be instant. And think about this, like, what would it be like to have no defensiveness? What would it be like? That's a good question, right? What would it be like to have no defensiveness? And I'll let you find that out. I'm guiding you to find that out. Like, find it out. But because defensiveness is such a huge part of the wind drama, right? But really, it's got them all in there, But it's another automatic pathway that is keeping us from our twin flame. And when you get with your twin flame, you want to be prepared, right? For that automatic defensiveness, because that'll just push you apart again. And what the ego is particularly going to defend is your individuality, right? Your individuality. Your separation is going to have all sorts of excuses to, you might even think you don't even want that excuse, but you have to admit that you do if you really want to be together. And, there can be reasons that seem absolutely genuine, but just be real with yourself and honest with yourself that you're still wanting that, because your twin flame's number one, right? That's part of you. That's number one. And anything else that's making any excuse for you to not be together is you choosing separation. And even though you might feel like a huge victim to that, that's okay, all right? Because some things really do feel like you've got no choice, right? But be really aware of that you have made that choice. And when you do, it'll change. It will change and things will flow. So, because it does feel very restricting, doesn't it, when you have that sort of reason, even though it seems, totally warranted and totally an option that you really feel like you can't change, And if you feel that, and sometimes it can be really special people in your life that, and sometimes it can be being in different countries, and sometimes it's just having a different job life and a work life. There's so many, like I could just go on and on, all these different reasons. And so just look at those things in yourself. Don't judge yourself for it. Don't think that you're an idiot because you created these things, right? You can if you want, though, but you can enjoy a bit more ego for that. Or you can feel defensive about it, right? And there's that where it comes into what would it be like if you weren't defending that. Don't you want to find that out? Don't you want to find out if you're defending something that's keeping you and your twin flame away? Apart? Don't you want to question that? Don't you want to find out what that's like to stop defending that? I think yeah. And any defensiveness that comes up around it, around you and your twin flame, any reasons. This is not about you hating yourself once again, okay? Be careful of that little tricky ego trick saying you're failing your ascension because you're not. We're just questioning, right? Just questioning. We're just being aware of what the program is, what the belief is. And, you know, when you do question this more, you'll discover much more about yourself, actually. You awaken more parts of yourself that are causing the lack of wholeness and well-being in your body. You know, like you could be experiencing all different things going on regularly, anything that keeps repeating, you know, any pains that keep repeating, that's about twin flame, nothing else. So if you can just question these things, embrace yourself for having them, instead of feeling like a victim to them, right? That's really important to do that. And I understand the feeling of that victim. I really do. And I have complete compassion for how much it takes and how much surrender to looking at yourself from this higher level, and just to like really choosing to finish with defensiveness. Like defensiveness is like a collection of ego, isn't it? It's like it's a whole lot of stuff that's molded into this thing that's defense, you know? It's a whole lot of reasons underlying that. So if you can just like go, well, I'm going to dissect this little ball of defensiveness and see all these little aspects of it, and just go ego, 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 and see what that ego is, and just be really kind to yourself about it. You have to be kind to yourself too, you know, you really do. You really have to be patient with yourself, and don't put pressure on yourself to ascend. That's not real either. But put reality on yourself. Be real with yourself. That's Ascension. Being very real with yourself and very honest with yourself, and in a loving way, sometimes assertive way. You know, you'll know. You'll feel it. You're already feeling it. You're already recognizing what I'm saying. And so ask yourself that question. Why do I really need to be defensive about this? What would it be like if I didn't have to feel defensive? You can ask yourself these questions about any ego, because have a feel of something you feel defensive about, and feel where it is in your body right now. Do it. Where do you feel it in your body, Imi?
In my stomach.
Mm-hmm. Nish?
Same.
Estella?
Yeah, it's between tummy and heart.
Yeah, great. Maggie? Can't hear you.
I felt like it was in my whole being, but I could feel it in my leg and hip, and it made me smile that that I was feeling it there because of the pain, because I was being defensive and blaming him for not wanting me.
That's great. Well done, all of you. Clary? Where do you feel it?
Yeah, in that solar plexus area. Yeah.
And Sean?
Yeah, same, like solar plexus and heart. Then it feels like it emanates out from there, it felt like.
Wow. Exactly. That's really good. Everything you said is really great. But of course, you know, the solar plexus is the wind drama, you know, it's you're going to lose if you stop being defensive. And that's the trick of the ego. You know, that's where, and your whole belly tightens up, and when your belly tightens up, the chest tightens up, everything starts tightening up, you know, and your whole nervous system becomes on edge, and then, you know, it's not flowing beautifully with that love. And then there goes the rest of the story of the pains and in the body, you know, and it's okay. Remember, you're not wrong. You've just made a choice, and you can undo that choice. You can undo that. And so if you question yourself about what is this defensiveness I need to hang on to, right? And you know why you're hanging on to it? Because you don't think that you can resolve it. You really believe you can't resolve it. That's what you believe. And so that's something to look at. And when you think that you can't resolve something, if there's all these limited things around it, it's okay, right? It's okay. Just trust and do WDT. Just keep knowing what this feels like. Keep doing that. But be aware, be consciously aware with love that you are putting it there. You are putting it there. You know? We can't fully integrate this and create wholeness if we don't see the whole picture. I mean, integration just means seeing the whole picture as well. You know, that's the healing. That's how we heal these pains, because healing means to make whole, to see everything, right? And you know, what's well-being? It's just being well. Being well. You know, well-being. We want to be well, and we can be. But just really be aware of the judgment too, the judgment you have of yourself for this, or of anybody, anyone that you're blaming for this, anyone. Integrate it. And when you do all this, things will change. They just do. And if they don't, then just keep doing the same thing. But they will. They really will. Keep trusting. That's the big part of the trust, right? If you don't put the trust in applying, now you know what it feels like, and the discipline to see the ego, how can it really change, you know? You have to trust, right? You have to trust. And some things take longer because they're deeper, right? Just always remember to breathe. Always remember to breathe gently and relax. And if anything, if you're struggling with any of it because it's so full on and it feels so real, just relax into the love that you are. And connect with your chakras, right? Connect with your chakras, because you and your twin flame chakras are absolutely linked all the time. They are never, ever separate. They are always linked. But with the ego energy of it that we have in the chakra, in the area of you know, that energy center, that's a repellent that's pushing you away. So that's why these things are so important to embrace and understand for your sacred body unity, because that's what you want. You want the sacred body unity, you know? You want that full sacred body unity, and you want to feel that beautiful love for each other that is sacred physically as well, on every level, not just sexually. You know, that's a part of it, but it's not all of it. Without all of the thing, that sexuality is a separate thing. Then it's lust. So it's a whole feeling of ourself. And, you know, sexuality really isn't that important in a lot of ways, that the importance it's been made to believe in one's soul, how important it is to be sexual, has just been more based on lust and victory. And there's been so much pressure to perform, right? You got to be a good sexual being, right? You know, it's really not as important as what people were making it. It's important, but it's not everything. It's a beautiful aspect of the wholeness, right? So if you're seeing that part of yourself that's pressuring you about your sexuality, or you're feeling desperate for a sexuality, then you're putting that importance on it that you've been programmed to believe, right? Because in your beautiful love, it's just very natural. And it's not desperation, and it's not, oh, I've got to relieve myself. Why do you have to relieve yourself if you've got each other in your love? That's just ego, all right? But of course, it's natural to feel those sexual feelings about each other. But just don't make it the most important thing. Make all of yourself the most important thing. Don't isolate that, right? Yeah. So would anyone else like to share anything now from the more I've shared, or anything I've shared, or anything you would like to share? Who hasn't shared at the end time here? Shawnee and Margie and Who would like to share?
I'd like to.
I would love you to, beautiful Clary.
Yay. Yay.
Let's hear your gorgeousness.
Yay. I've loved this so much, Jode. It's just,
Right.
I just feel like so soft and so surrendered to everything that you're saying. Like I just absorbing everything, just taking it all in. Just so you've given and given and given so much. It's just so amazing, the comprehension that you've given us. And I can't wait to continue to awaken to what you've shared tonight and to continue to apply it. It's so beautiful. I really loved your guidance at the beginning around naming the physical sensation.
Yeah.
And I was realizing, like, I observed myself being a bit challenged to do that. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. So through my day, I'm determined now to actually be much more connected to
Yeah, that's when you get
the
stuck
sensation.
in the mental, because you've been getting stuck in the mental realm. And
Yeah.
the things that you were saying were relevant though, but it is important for us to actually really feel
To
the physical
feel, yeah.
state. And it's good that you're understanding that more now.
Yeah.
Yeah, naming, beautiful. It's okay to
Naming
name
it,
the emotion around that too. In fact, that's the next thing to do. Name the emotion, and then you can name the ego, and then you can name the high thing that you really want, you know. Yes, keep going.
Just really assisted me to understand the fullness of wisdom gaining. Like I'm not going to fully resolve anything if I don't really understand the physical sensation and can really be connected with that. So that just felt really beautiful.
Yeah,
to
because you don't want to
understand.
separate from your bodies, because the bodies are part of our twin flame. You know, it's a beautiful thing. We've had different kind of bodies over our existence, but you know, it still is the same beautiful light being. It always has been, and it is the same light and ethereal body. But it's just full of we've chosen all these programs for a purpose to experience this, and it's beautiful, really beautiful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. I love that so much. Thank you. And along, like, that reminds me as well, what I really deeply felt tonight was when you shared about us going through lifetimes and dying, and then being in the moment of light interim, and you know, having that conscious recognition of wanting to have that experience, and just the integration of that life. And that just felt so freeing to me, like to see that beautiful picture again from that perspective that you shared tonight. It was like, wow, like the multidimensional, just considering it from that really high perspective instead of being just considering lifetimes without that. It feels like I'm not seeing the whole picture. Like if I don't see the end of it where I'm in light interim and like recognizing and then making new choices and everything, then I'm not understanding my full journey. And I realized like the perception that I'd had wasn't the full one.
Yeah, and it's good to understand that the light interim is the aspect of integration and understanding every experience, and that's what's beautiful. And it's like what you're doing now, really. And therefore, we do it now. There is no death. We awaken our agelessness. We awaken that dimension to live in full time. We just go into that dimension to have that experience. But there's higher dimensions to that, even that is part of ourself. But it is the same dimension in the way of that higher conscious awareness and integration of yourself. So when we can keep doing that, of course, our physical being will be ageless, because more and more we're activating the trueness of our light body, you know. And aging beliefs are just absolute lies, constantly being reinforced. You've got so many people say you've got no choice. That's one of the things you have no choice on, and that's not true. But it's understanding what it means and the limitation of it, and what the real choice is. What the real thing is that we are light no matter what. We are just light. So what we do with that light, what's the thing we reinforce over and over and over? Those are just the thoughts that we're using with our light to manifest ourselves. That's why that witnessing is very important, to see what we're reinforcing all the time. And everything I've talked about today and everything I've talked about, it's all of those things to is to understand what you're reinforcing. And my guidance is to help you reinforce this true understanding of yourself. But it is a process, okay? So be gentle and patient. But yeah, it's beautiful to know light interim is a dimension we go to when we complete a body journey, and that's all has its purpose too. All perfect. But in our ascension, we do actually override aging. We don't believe in it because we don't keep feeding it, right? But how often every day do you see yourself feeding aging, right? Like, I know the truth and I still see it, but I just remind myself that it's not real. And I actually be very assertive with myself in a loving way of just reminding myself, you don't have to keep reinforce this. It's not real. It's just really not real. But it's amazing how in the subconscious part of ourself, where it's just constantly being programmed into us all, that it can still be going on. But we're changing those pathways. We're awakening our real pathways of the agelessness. We're ageless and timeless anyway, but we can live in that dimension consciously now, like that dimension of light interim and beyond as well. We are anyway. It's just whether we're conscious of it or not. And that's how we be conscious of it, by being aware of finishing the ego, embracing it and finishing it. Because that's the only thing that's limiting. It's the only thing. Isn't that amazing? It's the only thing that's limited. Everything else about ourselves is completely unlimited. And even the ego is not even limited in a way, but it's the way it thinks is limited. Yeah. Keep going, Clary. Anything else?
Yeah. So grateful for you, Jode. Wow, that's so amazing. I love how when you share, like just then was like a perfect example of how you present information in a new way, or build on something that you've shared previously. And I sat there feeling like, oh yeah, like I'm completely unlimited. The only thing that's limited about me is the ego. But it was a whole new feeling of recognition in myself.
Yeah,
it's so amazing how you do that. You're so amazing. I'm so grateful. Wow, that's so amazing to go through those revelation experiences with you and everyone here. I treasure that feeling so much. Something else that I really loved as well was, you've said a lot tonight around needing to be kind and patient. And when you're with your twin flame, like, you really need to be kind and patient and nurturing with each other. And it just really related to that just so much. Because
I want to add this part to that. Yes, we want to be that because we don't want to be in our ego. But sometimes the powerful love is necessary.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to do that with yourself and sometimes with each other. Is to really, if you're noticing in each other that you can still do this with kindness and love, but sometimes it needs a little bit more the powerful love zone.
Yeah.
That made me laugh, the powerful love zone. But yeah, so just a bit more assertive if necessary, like the way that I think probably not to make this a superior thing, but I think women may tend to have to be like that more than men because of the domination and because of all the programs around it. That should just be temporary, but like just being aware sometimes like it's good for you women to have that powerful love moment if it's necessary, if the kindness isn't making that shift, in that love, and you want it to, and you can just be a little bit more assertive about it in a way of love still. It's still being kind and loving, but it just has a bit more impact. And so that's important too, to sometimes to just get through, but once you get through And you as a male is allowing yourself to listen to that, and really know it isn't dominating, right? Really know and really allow the female to show you this, really allow it. And then, there can be times with the male as well where he can remind you that you don't need to be submissive. You don't need to, lessen yourself, reminding you of the beautiful woman that you really are. And that's the part of you reminding the female or the man of what a beautiful man he does not have to dominate. It's just unnecessary. So is the submissiveness unnecessary. It's only necessary to experience the full separation. So yes, there are times where you have to do that. Especially the time is when the other person is being really repetitious with the same ego. That's really the only time it's necessary, and you're wanting to assist them to and give them your love this way, to just be a little bit more assertive. Look, you keep repeating this. How about we change this? We don't keep repeating that same thing, and because that can happen, that can happen. And trust is a very big part of the return, is trusting each other. But in saying that, if you see it's the ego, don't trust that. Only trust the love that you are. Because ego's pretty sneaky, and might even take this information and say, oh, you've got to trust me. Now, I'm not being defensive, but as you're being defensive, right? But the humility would just be, yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that powerful love. Thank you for having that strength. Thank you for wanting to reach me. Thank you for that. Thank you for that much love that you didn't give up on me. You gave me this instead. And like if you're experiencing that from your twin flame, then make it easy for them. Give them love. If they've got to a point where they have to be more powerful love with you to remind you, so remember, it's not dominating at all. It's just a bit more assertive about you keep repeating this. How about you really see it now? Because that's what I want. You don't have to put up with anything from your twin flame. I've said that before. That is not ascension. If one of you just keeps on repeating the same thing and they're just really not willing to make that shift, then you can give that option of, well, I'll leave you to it for now until you're ready, until you really want ascension. And sometimes you have to do that because it's the strength of your own ascension. And it's the love for your twin flame unity, because putting up with someone's ego is not twin flame unity. And we've all got a lot of that, right? We've all got a lot of ego to overcome. So it's okay for it to be seen. And it really takes a surrender in that moment of love and gentility, So if you are in the receiving end of some real beautiful, loving assertion, powerful love, then let yourself see it, trust it, and understand it's only love that's being given, and then surrender to that. And be supportive and say, yeah, I can see that. Okay, yep, I love you. I don't want to do that anymore. It hurts, and you may cry, and you may feel that pain. And you both probably do that, but it is an important aspect of it. And you don't ever want to have to say, I don't want to be with you. But if you keep on choosing your ego, you can't be with each other, okay? So that's what's really, really important in your unity, is to not be in your ego and be in those natural roles. Beautiful natural roles. Anything else, beautiful Clary?
I'm just so content. I just love this so much. I just feel like it's just so beautiful to be here with everyone, for Sean to be here, for us all to be together.
Yeah.
It's everything that I want. You're giving, like, your guidance is giving me the deepest soul nourishment and fulfillment ever. And it increases, and it just keeps increasing. And I'm just like so, so, so grateful and really honored to be here, Jode. I just feel really,
Me too.
really, really grateful. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, we all do, don't we? We all feel that because we're all actually feeling the beautiful experience by understanding all of this in our lives. Our lives are being whole, healed. We are integrating things. We are doing that. And we'll keep doing that, hey? We'll keep doing that.
Yes.
We want. And just we also know we're affecting the one soul, and we want that too. Yeah? Thank you so much, Clary. That's really beautiful. I love you so much.
I love you so
I love your
much.
beautiful flame unity. It's really, really beautiful and very, very touching. So thank you both, Clary and Sean. Thank you. Beautiful.
Love you, Jody. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you too. Anything else, Clary, before we finish with you? Hmm?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
good. A week ago, I had an experience where my whole arm froze
Mm.
and I lost mobility in my arm, and it felt like it came out of nowhere.
Mm.
I didn't injure it, but it felt like it was really
Mm.
injured.
Yeah.
And it was a really big experience for me, and I just really focused in on applying your guidance of seeing what I was suppressing, what I had been suppressing, and it was like layer after layer of recognizing things. And in the last session, you talked about body knows the way, and
Yes.
you gave that. And
Body find a way, body knows the way. Body find a way, body
yeah,
knows the way.
yeah.
And you can also
And
say, every cell in my body is happy. Every cell in my body is healthy. Every cell in my body is happy. Every cell in my body is healthy. You can add that in too if you want. I like that. I do that. Yeah, you go.
and I got to a point of recognizing like the absolute hurt I was feeling of separation from Sean, just like how it actually had made me feel, like how I actually was feeling. And I could witness like
Wow.
all these ego pathways that were on top of that pain that I could go down at any moment to not recognize the pain, or to shut down from the pain, or to go numb from the pain. Like it was like all there. In that moment, it felt like it was just 360 degrees around me. I could go down any pathway I wanted.
Wow.
And it felt like that was
Brilliant.
the design of my ego, was to like cover that pain of separation. And my mobility has mostly come back. I'm still healing the hurt. It's still sore.
How many days did you have
Wow.
that for? How many days did you have that frozen arm?
Maybe it's started shifting on after three days, and then each day after that
That's very quick.
each day after that it got higher, like I could lift it higher and higher and higher.
Ascending higher.
Yeah.
Body remembering
Yeah.
the being that it is. Yeah, that's very fast. And that's because you did apply that straight away. But it's really good to really connect with the fact that that was related to your twin flame unity, something released. And you did relate it to that, and you did connect it with that. And that's what probably a big part of what healed it really quickly, not probably, is a big part of what helped it to heal more quickly, because you recognized it, because you have that understanding without blaming, embracing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just so grateful, Jody. Embracing.
One of your arms did not want to embrace.
That's
and
yeah.
that makes sense, because that's really old. I don't want to embrace ego. I've had the egos too. But you got through it, and you trusted, and you applied your own ascension. Yeah. Beautiful.
Just amazing though, right? Like it's just
Absolutely.
the terror of going through
Yes.
something like that. You just feel like, is my arm ever going to work properly again?
Oh.
And all of the fear, but just through applying your guidance and recognizing my ego, like nectar flow, breathing everything that you've ever said, just giving myself all of that, and it's healing. And I'm just eternally and infinitely grateful to know these things, Jode. Like I just treasure it. I just
That's
find it so
brilliant, because it was
precious.
just all there. Thank you. It was just all there for you to apply. And that's the thing. It can all be there, but if you don't apply it, it's kind of just pointless having it in a way. But in another way, it isn't, because it's there when you are ready. But yeah, applying it is an important part of it, isn't it? Thank you so much, Clary. That's really touching and really beautiful. And thank you for sharing that. I think it's a great thing to share for others to understand as well. And because I know, of course, I knew that you were going through this, and I know that the fear that you were in, and you just kept applying no matter what, and that's brilliant. And you freed it by choosing to really see what it is without blaming.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Beautiful.
yeah, absolutely. Just owning all of it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love you so much.
Love you so much, Clary. Thank you too. Really beautiful. Oh, who else is left to share right now?
I will.
Yes, yay.
Yeah, I think this session was really beautiful, and I've been enjoying every word you're saying. It's very fascinating to see all the aspects of ourselves. And yeah, like I really love like that my body is so connected with my twin flame. Like I felt like my body is my twin flame, and
Great.
yeah, it makes it so more sacred in a way.
Yes, you're recognizing that it is totally sacred. It's totally sacred. It is part of each other, but and then also it's fully each other, So that's really great. Thank you for sharing that. Keep going.
Yeah, it feels like you opened a whole new door to a whole new realm of wisdom. I don't know, like I have the key now, or my body is the key.
Wow. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, I have said that before in a way too, but just this is why I like elaborating on some of the topics that come through, that then, take it to whatever needs to be elaborated on. And thank you for recognizing that, and for knowing that, and for listening to all of this and actually feeling it at the same time. Beautiful. I love that. Thank you so much.
And then I had to think about my name, like Imka, and then
Yeah.
I thought, I am KA, like I am the key.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I think the word car KA means something too, but I can't remember it right now. But maybe look up what it means, and you maybe it'll give you some sort of insight as well. Yeah, I think it might be energy or something like that, or chi. I don't remember right now. But have a look it up. Yeah, I love I'm car. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, and I also loved what everyone is sharing. I really love these sessions because you can see everything you are saying. You can see it in everyone, like it's clicking, and we are all shifting.
It's beautiful. Hey, I love it too. I just adore it. Absolutely adore it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just love everything about you and everything you give to us. So I feel very, very blissful and
Thank you
grateful.
so much. That's so beautiful. Thank you. I think we all love you too, Emmy. It's funny because I love calling you Emmy, which is I'm me.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, thank you so much. You're just glowing. You all are, and I agree. I love that too. Watching everybody, it's such a beautiful experience. The realness and the love and the recognition and the willingness to really see yourself, and the willingness to ascend is very, very special. It just really just means everything to me, because I know that it's the truth of our being, you know, is what I'm guiding you with. It's just the truth of the love that we are. So there's nothing else that's more important to me, because I know that is my twin flame. I know that's everything. It's the one soul. So yay. Thanks so much, Emmy. Love it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Love you. Love you
Love,
so much.
oh, love you too. I love you all so much. Oh, who's left to share now? Who we got?
I would like to share.
Yeah.
Oh,
Love
thank
you.
you so much. Love you.
I love you all so much.
Oh,
Yeah.
just as Imka said, like you have just opened up a whole new door. It's like a whole new dimension and a whole new way of understanding who we are. Like I have felt all my life. I have understood my body so medically, and
Yeah. Yeah. That's
it
good
is
though.
great.
It's good
Yeah,
too. But yeah.
but also it somewhere I also use it to believe in my ego, to believe in my limitations, and to cut off. It's like, this is just biology. This is just what happens. Yeah.
Right. Just kind of downplaying it from the greatness, the incredible being that is just making it more a fact, a scientific fact. When in fact, we can do both, which is really beautiful, which is what you're doing now. But yeah,
Yeah.
keep going.
I was always missing that when I was doing the medical part or pharmacy part. I was always missing that because I knew we are incredible, our body is incredible, but no one else was saying that until I found you. And once I found you, it was like my greatest joy unlocked. And I just started understanding my ego, understanding myself. And every time, like even like today, as you were helping us understand, I could feel like the pain of those toxic thoughts in my head.
Yeah.
The pressure of that toxin in my ear. Like I felt physically in different parts of my body. And when you
brilliant. Yeah, keep going.
and when you talked about defensiveness, I loved it because that has been a very big part of my ego journey. I have had to defend to survive.
Yeah.
And then if I'm not defensive, who else I am? Like in my ego, I'm submissive, I'm hiding.
Yeah, the polarities. Yeah. Yeah.
And with your love, you have always, in so many different ways, helped me understand that I don't have to be either. I can just be love. I can just be beautiful me.
You can just remember that you're love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now with this another layer of understanding, awakening how to really connect my body and like not just intellectually knowing my body's soul, but actually feeling my body is my soul and feeling where I'm holding on to ego.
That's the higher intelligence. And you and your twin flame are higher intelligence. That's what you are. So you're just remembering that, and the more that you remember the higher intelligence that you are, which is just remembering all the things that I'm reminding you of, then that unity is so much more fulfilling, of course, and that you don't have to go through all that pain. But I know, in saying that, it sounds contradictory to what I've been saying, because you do have to go through stuff releasing, but in the knowing, it just makes it easier. Like Claire's experience, if she hadn't done that arm could have stayed like that for years.
Yeah.
And it didn't, because she did that. And I know you know what I mean, of course. Keep going.
Same, like I'm experiencing so many physical it is transitions in myself. It's like it is painful, but I can integrate it. It is painful, but I can integrate it. So there is like progress consistently, but there is also more to see. So it's like it is an ongoing process of love, but because of this beautiful twin flame unity that I'm experiencing now, I actually know, like when I'm with him, pain either is completely gone, it has at least lessened considerably. just being together.
The love, because of the love, and because no resistance to the love. Remember, resistance is futile.
Yes.
And because you're both really embracing that, even though you've been through your layers,
Yeah.
you're going through them with your ascension consciousness, and that makes it a lot easier. Keep going.
And having you loving us, nourishing us, guiding us through all this journey, that is what makes it happen.
Thank you. The joy is my joy.
Because I know I am with my twin flame because I started loving myself. And I started loving myself because you loved me first.
Yeah, exactly.
You loved me
so much.
All of
how can I not love you anyway? No, I don't even need to know the answer to that. I do know. Only if I was believing my ego, Thank you so much.
Exactly. Thank you for not believing my ego as well.
Yeah.
You loved me with all of this whole package of me.
Yeah.
Ascending me, following me, all of me, screaming me, loving me, all of me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That has healed me so much. It healed me enough to be with my gorgeous, beautiful, radiant, sparkling twin flame. And it has it just continues to give us more and more and more. So thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you.
Oh, thank you too. Thank you so much. That's really beautiful. The way you described your twin flame too, and I know it's true, and it's so beautiful, and it's such a beautiful thing for anyone to hear. That the reality of that beautiful unity, and like you said, that's you both applying the real true ascension consciousness, and yeah, it really makes a difference. It makes the difference that's necessary. You just cannot have wellness, wholeness without this, because it is the whole picture. It's just really, really simple. Love you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, gorgeous. Thank you all. I love you all so much. So beautiful. And have you finished now? Have you anything else you want to say?
Yeah, you already know this was just this. We both love you. We both truly adore you, and we are extremely grateful for everything that you give to us. You know this, but I wanted to say that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for saying it. I do know it, but even though we know it, we still want to share it, like, I love you, but I love telling you. It's beautiful to say and share it. But yeah, thank you for saying it. I understand. It's really beautiful to express the love that we feel. It's beautiful. Thank you, Nisha. Love you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, what beautiful. The kisses right back to you, beautiful, and all of you. Love you so much. Oh. Estella?
Yeah. I've just been
Beautiful, beautiful Estella. We love you so much. Hello.
Oh, the screen is frozen.
All right, darling. Take your time when you're ready. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just saying, it's so beautiful to listen to everybody share.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you.
And
So
I was looking at you listening too sometimes, and you look so beautiful just listening. Hey, did anyone else see that? The beautiful beauty in her face just listening with so much joy and love. Thank you. Keep going.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to say thank you so much for everything you shared today. I have been wanting to understand and change the pains I have in my body, especially it's always in my head, the headaches. Mm-hmm. And I was just remembering you because this is something I have been experiencing since I was a child. So it's not something new. Mm-hmm. So from like maybe I was only 5 years old, and during my birthday parties, I would have to go to my mom's room, lights off, and take some pill or something while all the children and parents were celebrating my birthday because I was having a terrible headache. So, and then I have been connecting with what you said, that a lot of the times the pains we feel come from past lives, and I really feel that having had this since such early age, I feel it might be something related to past life. And then I was also
very good. Yeah, keep going.
and then I was also connecting. You said ego is scared of your twin flame, and I remember as a child as well being very scared of boys.
Yeah.
And it's I can feel it was like when I connect with that time being a child and feeling afraid of boys, I can really sense this comes from past life. So it's all making more sense now. Also with everything you have shared with me about the past lives and all of that. So it's all making more sense. And it's also so beautiful, all the guidance you have been giving us, because everyone tells you that the body, we are victims. Our body is like
exactly.
Victim of the pains, victim of this, victim of that, and you need this to heal that, and you need that to help your body do this, and there's always something wrong with the body.
That's so well seen. Yep, keep going.
Yeah, and I always these headaches have always been reinforcing during all the years, have been reinforcing this victim feeling of my body.
Wow.
And then I can feel how I was not loving my body because of this, because it was making me feel like this. And I was feeling I didn't have any power. I couldn't control this. It was beyond me. And now with your guidance, especially since the last 2 sessions, I am understanding that my body is my soul, and I am starting for the first time to connect with my body from a sacred, seeing it with love and seeing it from the sacredness that it is. And this is so beautiful and so transformational when I'm going through the pains, because I can really feel how it is shifting. I still have headaches, but I feel I can now focus the whole experience in a different way, and I can see how it is helping, assisting to transform this and to let go of this, because I also see so much that I can feel the toxins and I can feel the addiction to the toxin. It's just like my ego is saying, oh, it's time to have another headache. You haven't had headache.
Yeah, because the pathway.
You need another one.
Yeah, the pathway is so strong because it's been on repeat. And that's what I was saying earlier. What you basically really look at what you keep reinforcing, what you keep repeating, But it's really good to understand the toxin part. That's really great because it is addictive. And so it is a process of, weaning ourselves off that level of addiction. But I was just thinking, Stella, because you're an artist, as you draw and everything, and you're very, very good at it, and it's beautiful, your art. I just love it so much. I was thinking, how would it feel for you to, when you have a headache, if possible, in the situation where you're at home, to try and draw images from a past life? Because, and I know how really connecting you are like that, and just don't even try and make them make sense, just try and just draw some things, let some images come out onto the paper, and you can, once that you've drawn that and you can look at that and you can understand that that's, whatever that is, it's most likely to be ego, right? Because of the pain. And whatever way it is, just look at it and understand it and name it. Name that ego and name the feeling in what it feels like with a headache, and just be really gentle, But then you can say, I understand, I know what that feels like. WDT. I already know what this feels like. Thank you. Thank yourself, thank your twin flame for that experience. And then you can just rip that picture up if you want to. When you're ready, if you're not ready straight away, no need to. But the symbolism of like completing and finishing it and ripping it up and throwing it away, with love, not with anger or hate or anything, but with love, and saying thank you for that wisdom to yourself and your twin flame. It's just symbolic. Like everything about us is symbolic. Everything. So doing something that has that sort of potency of like getting it out, especially with headache stuff, because it's very in the head, it's obviously, but getting it out of the head and into something outside of you could reveal something to you in a very loving and gentle way. And you can do that as often as you want and see how you go, because then you're also building a new brain pathway. It's like your brain's going to start knowing this pathway, and it's going to say, oh, we're releasing it. I'm finishing with it. It's going to start building that. I'm taking it out of my head. I'm putting on this paper. I'm understanding what I'm seeing, and you're really great with that. And then just saying, well, thank you. Know what it feels like. Discipline to see it, trusting the love, and that you're letting that go, and then let it go. Let it go physically. You can. It's so good and so symbolic to rip that up and just, as you're doing it with love, and just finish with it. But the greatest part about this for you will be because you recognized, and it's so great that you did that brain pathway that's keeping on reinforcing it. This will change it, right? And you can all do that in any way that you want. It's very powerful to take it out and to look at it. It's very transformational, and it kind of gives you more of a whole picture, which is the wholeness, right? The healing. It gives you more of a whole picture, literally a picture. So, and then build that pathway. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for suggesting that. I will try it. Sometimes the headache is so bad that I can't do anything. I need to close my eyes and lay down. It's very.
I understand. But if you can just do that, remember, we want this. If it's just even just a little bit of Stella, just a couple of seconds, it'll make a difference. Doesn't have to be a long process, but just gradually build that new brain pathway that's just going to take you there instead. But I knew that when I was saying that to you, that I know how debilitating you've experienced it, and I knew that would be difficult, but just a little bit will make the difference. Even if you just scribble something on a paper, like that's enough. You're building that new pathway. You know what I mean? You're building that new pathway, and that's what we want to do. That's what you want to do. You want to build that new pathway, and doing something like that is very strong way to do it. Anyone can do it. You can all do it if you want to something. Don't have to be an amazing artist. You can just do stick figures if you like. I love doing stick figures. They're fun. I love them. And you can draw anything. Just quick. Scribble it out. Okay, that's what it looks like. That's what it feels like. And then just go and have your rest. You've changed the pathway. Instead of getting locked into being so, debilitated the way that you feel from it, because it's so overwhelming to you, this can change it. Just can change it.
Because I can see the pain gets stronger because I am resisting it. So
yeah, that's understandable. Yeah,
I have been understanding this more lately, that when I resist it, it's because I don't want to see what is there, what is causing it, what are the thoughts, what are the feelings.
Very good. It's very good to see that.
And sometimes, and I'm starting to understand more as well that my thoughts, like the pain is what comes first, the pain or the thought? And then I realize I can see the thoughts are feeding the pain. It's not pain feeding the thoughts.
Exactly. And that's why I would like you to try doing this experience with taking it out, making a new thought with it, you know, seeing what the thought is. It's just at least seeing the vibration of the thought. Like use any colors you want, you know. Just letting yourself see it, even because it doesn't have to make logic sense, okay? It does not. It does not have to make logic sense because whatever you see is perfect. Whatever comes out of you is perfect, and you don't have to try and analyze it even. But it's okay if you see something. It'd be good to see what it's representing, you know. But even if you don't, the fact that it's just coming out of you, it's coming out of you, changing the pathway. That's what we want to do. So yeah, I'd love to let me know how that goes. You know?
Yeah, I will try. My next headache.
See, I'm already expecting it. The pathway is so strong. That's okay. It's okay, darling. You're not wrong. It's just an experience.
And
But
just
you just
connecting.
need to know. You need to remind yourself when you draw that now you know what it feels like. Okay? Now you know what it feels like. Keep doing the WDT on it when you look at the paper. And if you only do that once or, you know, it's going to start changing it. And I'm pretty sure if you keep doing that with this routine, you'll build the new pathway and it'll gradually just complete itself. But be patient and kind with yourself. And don't be harsh on yourself if it's still there. But try this. I think it'll be very good. How do you all feel about that? Does that feel like a good idea to you?
Oh, yeah.
Sure does.
Yeah, I love
Yeah, it
that.
does.
Yes, great.
Exactly. And we'll send Estelle a whole lot of golden light and a whole lot of love, and just as we do anyway, when we love you so much. And we all support you in that shift. We all support you in that. Yep.
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Sure do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's beautiful too, you know.
That's so touching. I love it. Yeah.
Oh, how beautiful.
I know how I have experienced how the love helps me heal.
Yeah, sure does. Because it is who you are. It's reminding you of who you are. And when we're expressing our love, that is our real being as well. We love you, all right. We all love you. Yeah, beautiful.
I love you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love you so much. Anything else?
No, thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That's beautiful that you feel that too. Like you feel that's all you need right now. Oh, I love you so much. I love you all so much. I love you so much. I mean, how can we even I don't know. We just can't put a measure on it, you know. I do know. We can't put a measure on it. We're infinite, beautiful, golden beings of love and manifested as light, and we're totally loving it. And thank you all so much for today. And I know this session has already increased your wholeness and wellness of your sacred twin flame bodies. So well done. Thank you. You all look so, so beautiful. That beauty is just amazing, isn't it? Our soul beauty. Oh, it's just it. It's the real us. So I feel honored. Thank you. And on we go. On we go more and more into our ascension. I love you so much.
I love you too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you so much, Jode.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love you, beautiful Jody. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Love you, and always together in our beautiful souls. And I'm always with you in all my love and always connecting with this beautiful golden light that we are. So I'll finish now and absolutely treasure every bit of this today. So thank you.
Thank you. Love you.
Oh,
Love you,
Thank you
Jody.
so
Thank you.
much. Love you.
so much. Thank you so much, every one of
Thank
you.
you.
So, so precious, really, truly. Oh, okay then. Love it. Why do you say that? Oh, Jane.
Oh.
Oh.
Beauty.
Oh,
Mama.
Judy.
love
Mummy
you,
boy.
Coco.
He's a mummy boy. How beautiful.
Oh,
Are you okay, love?
Oh,
All right. I just had to pick him up because he was getting a little bit stressed if I didn't. Do you want to stay? Do you want to stay there? All right. You can stay there. Okay. Here we go. Love you so much. Thank
love
you
you.
for staying.
Love you. Bye.
I just want to say
love you.
I just want to keep saying I love you forever.
Love you.
Will always.
Love you forever.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love
Bye,
you forever.
Love you forever.
Love you.
Forever.
Forever. Yay, love you. Here we go.